My name is Robert, but everyone calls me Bob. I'm 80 years old, and I want to tell you about something that happened 6 months ago that changed how I see everything. My best friend died. His name was Tom. We'd known each other for 57 years, and when he died, a part of me died with him. But before I get to that, let me tell you how we met. It was 1967. I was 23, working at a printing shop in Chicago. Tom started working there the same week I did. We were both new, both nervous, both trying to figure out how to work these massive printing machines without losing a finger. On our first day, the supervisor put us on the same shift. We worked side by side for 8 hours, barely said 2 words to each other. But at the end of the day, he asked if I wanted to grab a beer. I said, sure. That beer turned into 57 years of friendship. We didn't have some grand story. We were just 2 regular guys who met at work and stayed friends through everything, through marriages and divorces, through kids being born and growing up, through all the regular stuff that life throws at you. Tom got married in 1969. I was his best man. I got married in 1971. He was my best man. His wife Linda and my wife Carol became friends too. We'd have dinner every Friday night, play cards, just talk. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting, just 2 couples spending time together. When I think back, I realize how lucky we were, not because anything special was happening, but because we had something most people never find: steady friendship. The kind where you don't have to perform or impress anyone. You just show up and you're yourself. Tom and I worked together at that print shop for 12 years. Then in 1979, the shop closed. I found work elsewhere. Tom went to work for the city. We didn't see each other daily anymore, but we still had our Friday dinners. We still called when something happened. In 1985, my father died. Tom didn't say much at the funeral. He just stood next to me, put his hand on my shoulder. That was enough. When you lose someone, you don't need speeches. You just need someone to stand with you. In 1992, Tom's son got into trouble, ended up in jail for a year. Tom blamed himself. I told him the same thing he'd told me years before: sometimes bad things happen and it's not your fault. His son turned his life around eventually, got clean, got married, has 2 kids now. Tom was so proud of him. The thing about friendship is, you don't realize how important it is until you're older. When you're younger, you think friends are just people you have fun with. But real friendship is different. Real friendship is showing up when things are hard. It's sitting with someone in silence because there's nothing to say. It's knowing someone so well that you can tell when they're hurting, even when they say they're fine. Tom and I had that. After 57 years, we were like brothers. Better than brothers in some ways, because we chose each other. In 2008, Carol died. Breast cancer. I was 64 and suddenly alone. My kids had their own lives. Tom was there. Every day for the first month, he came to my house, brought food, sat with me, let me cry. Never once tried to fix it or tell me it would get better. He just let me feel what I needed to feel. After Carol died, I went through a dark period, didn't want to leave the house. Tom kept showing up anyway, wouldn't let me isolate myself. He'd say, "Come on, Bob, let's go get lunch." And I'd go because I knew he wasn't giving up. Linda died in 2013. Tom called me at 3 in the morning. She'd had a heart attack. By the time the ambulance got there, it was too late. I drove to his house immediately. Found him sitting at the kitchen table, just staring at nothing. I sat down next to him and we sat there in silence for hours. There was nothing to say. He knew I understood. I'd been exactly where he was. After Linda died, Tom and I saw each other even more. We'd meet for breakfast twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday mornings at the same diner we'd been going to for 20 years. Order the same thing we always ordered, sit in the same booth, talk about nothing important, the weather, the news, how the Cubs were doing. Small talk, but it mattered. It gave us structure. It gave us something to look forward to. As we got older, we started talking more about the past, remembering things we'd done when we were younger, trips we'd taken, mistakes we'd made, people we'd known who were gone now. It wasn't sad, not really. It was more like we were taking inventory of our lives, making sure we remembered everything before it was too late. Last year, Tom started forgetting things. Little things at first, then it got worse. He'd tell me the same story 3 times in one conversation. His daughter took him to the doctor. Dementia, early stages, but it was there. Tom was terrified of losing himself. I told him what he'd told me years ago. We deal with what we're dealt. The last 6 months were hard. Tom declined faster than expected. Some days he knew who I was, some days he didn't. But I kept showing up Tuesday and Thursday mornings at his house. Sometimes he'd recognize me, sometimes he wouldn't. It didn't matter. I was there. 6 months ago, Tom had a stroke. He was in the hospital for 2 days before he died. I was there when it happened. Held his hand, told him it was okay to let go, and he did. I'm 80 years old now. I've lost a lot of people in my life. My parents, my wife, friends. But losing Tom was different. Tom was the last person who remembered who I used to be. He was the last person who knew all my stories. The last person who could laugh with me about things that happened 40 years ago. When Tom died, a whole part of my history died with him. After his funeral, I realized something. Most of my life, I took our friendship for granted. I assumed Tom would always be there, always available for breakfast on Tuesday mornings, always ready to listen when I needed to talk, always there. And now he's not, and I can't get that time back. Here's what I want you to understand. Whatever age you are, whatever stage of life you're in, friends matter. Real friends. The ones who show up when things are hard. The ones who know you better than you know yourself. Those friendships are rare. And they require effort. They require time. They require showing up even when it's inconvenient. I see people today, and everyone's so busy, so focused on their careers or their families or their own problems that they don't make time for friends. They think they'll do it later. They think they have all the time in the world, but you don't. Time runs out. People die. And one day you'll realize you're alone and all the things you thought were so important didn't matter at all. Tom and I had 57 years together. 57 years of Friday dinners and Tuesday breakfasts and phone calls and just being there for each other. And it still wasn't enough. I still wish I had more time. I still wish I'd appreciated it more while I had it. If you have a friend, a real friend, not just someone you know, but someone who's been with you through the years, call them, make plans, show up, don't wait. Don't assume you'll have time later. You might not. After Tom died, I thought about all the times I could have called him but didn't. All the times I was too tired or too busy or just didn't feel like it. All the time I wasted because I thought we had forever. We didn't. Nobody does. I'm still here. I wake up every Tuesday and Thursday morning and for a split second, I forget. I think about heading to the diner to meet Tom, and then I remember he's gone. And I sit in my house alone and wonder what I'm supposed to do with all this time I have left. My kids tell me I should make new friends, join a club or something. But I'm 80 years old. I don't want new friends. I want my friend, the one who knew me for 57 years, the one who understood me without me having to explain, the one who stood by me through everything. You don't replace that. You just learn to live with the hole it leaves. So here's my advice, and I mean this with everything I have. Don't take your friends for granted. Don't assume they'll always be there. Don't put off getting together because you're busy or tired or stressed. Make the time, show up, be present, because one day, one of you won't be here anymore. And all you'll have left are the memories and the regret for all the time you wasted. Tom taught me a lot over the years. He taught me how to be a better friend, how to listen, how to show up, how to just be there. And now that he's gone, I'm trying to pass that on. Not to replace him, but to honor him, to make sure that the way he lived his life meant something. If you've got someone in your life who's been there through it all, tell them you appreciate them. Don't wait for the right moment. The right moment is now. Pick up the phone, send a message, make plans. Because life is short and people you love don't stick around forever. I miss Tom every single day. I miss our Tuesday and Thursday breakfasts. I miss our phone calls. I miss just knowing he was there. But I'm grateful that I had 57 years with a friend like that. Grateful for every conversation, every meal, every moment we shared. And I'm grateful that I got to be there when he died, that I got to hold his hand and tell him it was okay. That's what real friendship is, being there. In the good times and the bad times, in the mundane everyday moments and in the final moments. Just being there. So if this story means anything to you, reach out to someone you care about. Make the effort. Show up.